Hello everybody, this is Buddy with Midland, Texas, and this video is another one of the 10 people that I've documented saying Hailey was killed in Odessa, Texas. It's a phone call that I found on the internet, posted on Blog Talk Radio, between a lady named Angelina Mitchell and Allison Frazier. Okay, and you'll hear Allison describes how her baby daddy, Kevin Rickman, aka Birdie, a gang member with the Arryn Brotherhood, told her what happened to Hailey. And she tells the clothes that she was wearing and all kinds of details. You know she's telling the truth. I know Allison. I've talked to her in person since this happened. I didn't know her when all this happened, but since it's happened, and I know she's telling the truth. She knew Hailey was over in Odessa, just like a lot of other people. Now, after I posted this video here, this woman asked. Samantha ever asked her, says, "Aren't you the same person as on the recorded phone call?" She's asking Allison. And Allison said, "They just thought we was messed up on meth," which we were, but now that I've been sober for 3 years, my story hasn't changed. What's her excuse now? Hailey could have been saved if the cops just listened. I don't care who sees this, because anyone that says it's okay with what happened to her is a punk and can rot in hell. That's what Allison said, okay? This is after I posted this video. And then she said, they know who they are, and they're probably reading this right now, and I don't care if they're reading it. I just want to ask them, how does it make them feel now? How do you grown men get off with a child? How do you feel now knowing that if it got back to the right people that you wouldn't walk the earth? How do you feel knowing that you did that to a child your own kid's age? Y'all are sick, and I wish you well on your judgment day, because everyone that condones what happened to Hailey will need the mercy you didn't give that girl. Hope you all burn in hell. I don't believe she has justice. We'll get justice here on earth because too many people are involved, but you better believe that baby will have justice in heaven, and I believe that too. And I want you to listen to this crop phone call.
Hailey was walking, I think she was walking to a friend's house. I'm not sure if it was down in alley. Look, I have the full deal from Birdie. I have it from Birdie because he told me what happened. That's my baby daddy.
Right.
He told me what happened. He was crying, telling me that he needed me to know. He needed me to know, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. He got down on his knees and he was crying, and he said that there was these people that owed him some money, and he had to take care of it. And I said, well, Birdie, what did you do? Hailey was still missing at the time. Her body hadn't been found yet. She wasn't dead yet. Okay? Oh my God. He dropped down on his knees and he was telling me that they had gotten Hailey for a drug deal, like it's dead. And what
This call is from a federal prison.
the mom and the boyfriend knew that was going to happen. And Birdie was like, I'll take care of her for a couple of days, get my money back. And that's what he did. He was not this person when I knew him. Okay? This wasn't the Birdie that I knew.
Right.
He was fucked off on meth. Okay?
Did he bang dope or smoke it?
He banged dope at that time. But
Right.
I'm here for drugs. I did drugs myself, but I didn't do drugs back then. You know what I mean? That's one of the reasons why I left him. But Birdie, he stood there and he was telling me that he got Hailey. He kidnapped Hailey.
What is Plastic's real name? What is Plastic's real name, Allison?
Justin Braddock.
Yeah, Destiny Brothers.
I want you to get a pen and paper, and I want you to write these things down that I'm getting ready to tell you.
Okay, well, do you know that whenever a phone call comes in, it's recorded, so I can go back and listen to everything you say, baby?
Okay, that's perfect. Listen, it's Justin Braddock, Joe Croft, Kevin Rickman, who else?
Y'all. Who?
David Allison.
David Allison. Who?
David Parker.
David Parker.
Are Birdie's friends. So they were all his bros, and they all got sucked off on the mess, right?
Yeah.
They kidnapped her and they kept her in Odessa and Midland for a long time. I've seen pictures. Birdie showed me pictures. Birdie and David Allison showed me pictures of Hailey, like, chilling with Justin. And, like, oh my God. I mean, this is fucked up. Like, they showed me.
Fucked up, I know, baby, but it's drugs. So what happens, happens, you know?
Yeah, they had her drugged up, you know. She liked it. Hailey liked it. She was a baby. She didn't know. She liked it. She liked the way they were treating her. She liked the attention the boys gave her, you know what I mean?
Right.
She felt like she fit in. And that's what they did to her. They kept her fucked off on drugs, and they kept her on the west side of Odessa. And, I mean, Kevin just got more.
Was it in a trailer park or a house?
They kept her in a couple different places. I know that they kept her in David Allison's house, but David Allison don't have that house no more. He lost it.
Right.
But, honey, I'll do anything. We can talk about anything. I'll talk to the marshals. I want to help because, you know what? I have 2 baby daddies that are involved in this case.
Oh, goodness. Who's the other baby daddy?
Casey Frazee. There were some pictures that were sent to me a couple months ago, and it was of Casey with David Allison, and Hailey was in the picture. She was wearing a black bandana,
Really?
a white beater, and some faded blue jeans.
Well, I knew the white beater. That's what they found her in, that white beater shirt.
Yeah.
Who actually dumped her? She was dumped in 2 different locations, wasn't she?
What?
She was dumped in 2 different locations, wasn't she?
Yes. There's an officer, Jackie Thompson. She was a police officer.
Yeah.
She was out there first. I can't remember right off the bat at the house that she died at. The house that she actually OD'd at. The thing of it is Sonja was there. Sonja was a part of it. When Hailey was kidnapped, that night or the day after, I'm not sure which one it was, Sonja was in that house. Casey was in that house. Birdie was in that house. Sonja was in that house with Birdie. There was like 7 or 8 people in there, in that house, the night that she was fucking kidnapped. And then he came to me one night and he told me that he needed some blankets and he needed some clothes. And I asked him what he needed the clothes for. He said that his cousin was coming from out of town, that Brandy was coming from out of town, that she was coming from Corpus. And I knew Brandy, okay, but I hadn't seen her since my daughter was born. But I gave her some clothes for Brandy, and those clothes wasn't for Brandy because that wife beater and them jeans, those were my clothes. Them tennis shoes that baby was wearing in that picture, those were my clothes.
God, girl, don't that trip you out?
And then this Sonja bitch is gonna sit there and say that she's trying to help. That girl was there.
She was there.
If I was what Birdie was, she was there at the house the night that Hailey was kidnapped. Sonja stood there and said that she saw Hailey crying on the couch. Birdie even told me that Sonja was there. And, I mean, Birdie told me that Hailey was crying, and it took everything him and the boys had to give her to calm down. And then they finally gave her a bump of dope. This happened after the fact. I did not know nothing that was going on until right there at the end when Hailey was coming up on TV and that her body was found just a couple weeks later. When the body was found over there by the lake.
Yeah.
That's when I started finding stuff
Well,
out.
I wonder where else they dumped her at besides J.D. Thomas.
The body was also at Jackie Thompson's backyard.
Who was Jackie
And I don't
Thompson?
know where Jackie Thompson was a police officer in Odessa, Texas, but he got arrested a few years back on dope charges. He was a police officer.
And he knew about Hailey?
Yeah, he knew about Hailey. Hailey was in his backyard.